Faith and belief are at the heart of spirituality, mythology, and folklore. I met with healers who have the ability to tap into the energy of the universe and heal their clients. Join me as we explore life in the metaphysical fast lane and soul-blaze your life. We all experience circumstances and situations that challenge us, and sometimes we can't see a way out. It's helpful to have someone who can help us navigate our way through life and offer a new way to frame our human experience. In this episode, I'll introduce you to the transformational life specialists and the relationship warriors. Our childhood experiences shape the way we see the world and create certain beliefs within us. Limiting beliefs can hold us back from reaching our true potential. Jim and Sasha are transformational life specialists, and I had a great session with them. They reminded me that we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for, and we often sell ourselves short.
We are both transformational life specialists, and we got to know Lisa, got an appointment, and started today.
We help people go above and beyond what they ever thought possible. You know, so many people out there sell themselves short. They don't have to. We came here as a gift onto this planet, into this life, to live as a gift, with our gift, through our gifts, being a gift to ourselves and a gift of others. What is the thing you'd like to work on? I mean, is there something that's always showing up again and again and again, a life situation, something that is not pleasing? You know, like the same kind of man shows up, or the same kind of situation shows up, or the same kind of lack of money shows up. Is there something recurring in your life that shows up that you're carrying around and that you would like to release and let go?
I think maybe feeling comfortable being myself.
Yes.
You know, when I was a kid growing up in a Middle Eastern family, it's always be somebody else. Don't say this, don't act this,
Yes.
family secrets, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Maybe being comfortable expressing myself fully and not being a people pleaser and not caring what other people think.
I think there's pressure as being a girl in the Middle Eastern family, pressure from the man in the house to be different. What I pick up is that it's not okay for you to be a girl. It's not okay for you to be a woman. And that's
To have a voice. Or
to have a voice, exactly.
Yeah.
So you have never really stepped into your feminine power, because, I mean, and I'm not judging. I mean, I've traveled the world, I know different cultures, so there is no judging. There is just an observation here that you haven't stepped into your power, into your feminine power, and that there was always this girl over here, but you lived your life here. So I've almost out of your shoes, and to be somebody else. And it's really time for us to do the work and put you back in your shoes so that you can be who you truly are and who that girl was meant to be and is. Because back then, that girl is still confused. And that girl is not aligned. And so it's time to realign her. That's one of the first things I would like to do, if you agree.
Yeah, I've dabbled in a lot of stuff, but I never fully broke through. And I think it's because it's guilt and shame if you break through, because a girl's not supposed to make money. You're not supposed to be out there, have a voice, or be successful.
So when we do what we do, there is never shame, blame, or guilt. Nothing that you could say, nothing on us. It's all based on love. And it's all based on growth, because we're growing with you. We're doing that for you, with you. So just already release the fear of being judged and close your eyes, please.
It's now time to land the therapist couch. Okay.
And reconnect to that girl. Tell me what age she is, 7, 8, 9.
Well, the first thing that comes up is second grade, taking my school photograph, and my hair was messy and my mom got really upset.
So there was a lot of judgment about how you look.
Yes.
Okay,
and it reflected on her, like it made her a bad mother.
So she made it
And
reflect on you.
Yeah.
But it's because it has nothing to do, but we'll work on that. So do you see that girl in front of you? I want you to address her and talk to her and tell her that she's free, through you, the adult version, to express whatever she wants to express. There is no judgment, there is no guilt, there is no shame.
Yeah, I want to be me. I like who I am. And I feel like I can't express myself because everything I say and do seems to be wrong.
because it was made to be wrong for you by your mother. And
Or
it is
father.
our father. And it is now time for you to, before we can go any further, to you imagine imaginary suitcases at the airport. So if you are at the conveyor belt at the airport and you see all these suitcases, you're not just going to pick up all the suitcases that people left behind because you think you've got to carry them home, right? You're going to leave them there. If somebody brings you a suitcase that is not yours, you're not going to just take it. But that's what we do in our lives, and especially as children. Well-meaning people and sometimes not so well-meaning people dump all their stuff, all their suitcases on us, all those projections for us to carry. And that's weighing us down, and we can never fully, completely be ourselves before we give them back. So what I would like you to imagine right now is that you have those literally suitcases, they're empty. And you pack everything that belongs actually to your mother in one suitcase, and everything that belongs to your dad in the others. And when you've done that, you close the suitcase. And now I want you to hand them back to your mother and to your father and tell them that you're not carrying their things. It's not serving you, it's not serving them. It doesn't resolve anything. And that you no longer decide to carry them for them, that you did it because you didn't know what you were doing. That you forgive them for doing that because they didn't know any better. And you forgive yourself for having taken them on.
This was a valuable visualization exercise. If you don't know who you are, then you take on everyone else's stuff and become a people pleaser in order to be loved. Realize that we all create stories around events that happened. It's important to let go of those stories and allow a new perspective to unfold.
Breathe in, breathe out, and really feel that freedom that you now have gained. The weight is gone. We haven't dealt with what you made of it, but the weight is gone.
Yeah.
And every time you feel like in a life situation where you feel like there's still something there that you have to give back, well, do it wherever you are, whether you're at Whole Foods or in your car or wherever, it doesn't matter. Whenever it comes up, give it back to their rightful owner. It's not up to you to carry their things. You carry your own things.
Then Sasha asked me to hug my inner child and let her know that she was safe.
Plug into that girl, hold her tight, feel her, and feel that she's all right, that she's perfect the way she is. Feel that deeply. Allow yourself to feel it. She's perfect, she's great. All her attributes, all her traits make her exactly perfect the way she is. And a wonderful, lovable being. And receive that love. Feel the love that even though your parents didn't do everything right by far, in their way they loved you. Plug into that love, receive it. Allow her, 10-year-old, to receive love from everywhere now. Really scan yourself and see whether she has any objections of saying, no, that's not true, or misaligned, and so that we can work on her.
That feels good. Feels complete.
Deeply feel that she is restored.
Yeah.
Feel the restoration, the healing, the freedom from having released all those suitcases that do not belong to her. And feel the love of the universe coming towards you now from everywhere, like beams of light, of love, whatever color you want them to be. So feel your heart of the 10-year-old restored and fully beating, vibrant and happy.
As I lay there, I could feel unconditional love fill my heart, and I realized that I only have love and compassion for my family. We all have issues. We are all broken in some way, and the families we're born into are there to serve us and be the catalyst to grow and learn from.
And whenever you want, you can come back. How is she feeling?
She feels good.
It's like a piece of you that came back, right?
Yeah.
You look refreshed. There's light.
Okay.
There's lights back in your eyes. Lisa's done really well. She is very open, very easy to work with, and it is a pleasure really to be working with such people who really want their transformation and who say, "I'll do whatever," and I'm open.
Then Gemma explained to me that she was going to help me integrate this process. She used an energy healing technique called Reiki, in which hands are placed around the body.
I'm going to give you a Reiki session. Reiki is a healing energy, and it helps to release, it helps to relax, it helps to transform from within, and as you transform from within, so without. I really realized that she has a very, very strong energy around the crown chakra. She's drawn to the light, and I can really deeply feel that it's beautiful, it feels amazing, and I'm very, very happy for her to be really on her path to her own enlightenment and to be part of her journey.
No matter how successful you may appear in life, as long as you have that little voice in the back of your head telling you that you're not good enough, you'll never be able to enjoy your life. You'll always feel like a fraud. The key is to learn and work at truly loving and accepting yourself so you can be a blessing in the world and share your gifts. What other people think of you is none of your business. What you think of you is all that matters. I want to introduce you to Brent and Marie Jones, the Relationship Warriors. They lead workshops in which they help people with money, marriage, and mindset. As I dig into my own personal transformation, I thought it would be great to work with them and talk about communication and why we choose certain spouses, business partners, and friends.
I want you to do a timeline of your life. And basically split it like this. There's a line down the middle. Anything above... Is
that what this is for?
Yep.
Okay.
Anything above the line that made you feel good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And anything below the line that made you feel not so good. So as an example, it might be at age 3. My mother gave me a hug and gave me a teddy bear and I felt really good. Okay. And that on a scale for me was sort of about here. Then at age 20, I got this award and that was really good. So that's way up here. And on the bottom, the same. So, at age 3, my father left. So that was really bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. So if you can run that out across your life, and we'll give you about 15, 20 minutes to do that. So Lisa called us, and one of the things that she wants us to assist her to address is the transition that she's going to be going through from having been married for a number of years, as she becomes single, and then moving forward.
Why did you attract the person you attracted? And it's so important to go responsible for your part of the breakup. So we change the statistics next time around.
So first marriages, 60%. Second marriages, 75%. Third marriages fail at an 85% rate. And the reason for that is people don't acquire the skills necessary to maintain a relationship for a long period of time.
It's not taught at schools, it's not taught in a lot of family homes. There's no skills given on how to maintain and have an awesome relationship. So it's unfortunately it's not their fault.
We come into this world like this. We come into this world a blank slate. And then events and things happen to us. And those events and things that happen to us model us and make us into something that we weren't when we were first born. And out of that, we start to make choices based on that conditioning and modelling. And those choices that we make then lead us to certain situations, to certain people, even down to choosing people because of that modelling.
So it's important to look at the conditioning, look at what happened, look at your part, what happened, and also why you attracted what you've attracted. So you choose differently next time. Yes. You're awake in that area.
And that's going to feel uncomfortable. What we want to look at is, he's got his 50% of it that he brought to the relationship.
He brought 80%.
80%. And you've got your 50%, right? So what we're going to have a look at now is, okay, how has this set things up in your life for you to pick your ex-husband? And if we don't change this, who are you going to pick again? Because it won't be the same person, but it's going to be the same patterns, the underlying patterns in there. and you'll end up arguing over the same type of stuff in the second relationship.
Was one of these more difficult than the other to write, Mum or
easy.
Dad? Both
Super
easy,
easy.
both,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Just for a moment, step back into that time period and allow yourself to be there. So Dad's never around. How did it feel?
I don't know. It's hard for me to go back there because he was so strict too. So when he came home, it was just like, oh, Dad's home. So it
Right.
was kind of nicer. Oh, Dad's gone, you know.
So it felt better that he was away at times?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, because he was so strict.
Yeah.
We choose what we know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even if it's not good for us.
Yeah.
At a subconscious level, when you met Lee, you knew that was there.
Yeah,
Does that
hard
make sense?
worker. You knew how to bring home the bacon.
Yes.
You know, creative, talented.
Yes.
Like my dad, I felt was creative and talented.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a different
absolutely.
way completely.
Yes.
Okay.
But my dad was a strong leader and the boss. He was a leader and a boss.
Yes.
Yeah, strong-minded.
Yes.
Strong-minded. So,
Yeah.
looking at this, you married your dad.
Yeah.
The negative patterns of your father.
Yeah, he was temperamental. He was strong-minded. What's this one? Addictive personality.
So you picked him.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about picking that pattern?
Well, I think it was a good choice.
So we operate at two levels. One is the cognitive level of understanding. You've got a lot of that because you've done a lot of work in yourself. The other is our emotional level. Yep. And it's coming to grips with those emotions on that spiritual path. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
In realizing, oh my God, this is my part in setting up.
Yes.
One, I picked him because of this. Two, I made it okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I picked my spouse, and yes, I made it okay, because to me, it was okay until it wasn't. It became crystal clear to both of us that we'd be better off reframing our relationship. We decided to replace unmet expectations with appreciation and become good co-parents to our daughter.
These patterns, if you continue them, you're going to pick someone similar. You might be like, I'm never going to pick somebody similar to him.
Right.
Like, that ain't going to happen. She needs to feel safe. She needs to feel emotionally safe, physically safe around me, and financially safe. Any of those three things are missing, there's going to be a problem in the relationship. In other words, women intuitively can feel the state of the kingdom. And the moment the kingdom's out of balance, she is going to bring that to him and go, this is out of balance.
And if he's a wise king, he'll take that on board. If he's not a wise king, he'll shut that down,
And reject it.
which then leaves you feeling unheard, lonely.
Which will then shift you into the masculine, which is then when you would have started attacking him. Now, you wouldn't have felt like you were attacking him. You would have felt like you were just making a point. To him, it would feel like attack. So then he would shut down even more. And this is what goes on in every relationship.
And for a guy, you know, he would be like, I can never please her. No matter what I do, I never please her. And that's how they see it.
So in the next relationship, what you're going to do is the moment that he steps into the feminine, and he will, because he's a guy, we can't be in the masculine state all the time. So he will step there. But the problem that is going to be in the next relationship, the moment he does it, bang, Lisa's shutter's coming down. And she's going to go and do something else. She's going to go be her dad and get herself locked into work. So you do that pattern really well, don't you?
Yes.
That's where you got it from, him.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good thing in one aspect in that you can turn it on when you need to work, but it's a bad thing when you're using it as a defense against love, because you're all about love.
Yeah. Love. Okay, he busted me, but I love my work and I have a very close bond with my work. But seriously, it's hard to invite love into your life if you feel like it might be taken away from you at any time. Many of us choose to bury ourselves in work, obligations, or distractions that keep us from being present in our relationships. To invest in another human can seem risky if we don't uncover our childhood issues around love and acceptance. Learning to love yourself is first and foremost in the healing process, and it's important to develop deep connections with yourself. Once you love and trust yourself, you'll be able to develop bonds with other people, and it's in those relationships that help the soul evolve.